Hi, welcome to the studio of Art by Wendy. Today I want to talk about getting loose with your pen work. I know pen work seems to be so permanent and we tend to get very tight with it, but actually we can learn to be loose with it. I have a little activity today that I think will help you get nice and loose with your pen work. First of all, today we're going to actually be painting without a reference picture. Maybe a few ideas for flowers, and I'll certainly give you a few suggestions. I actually put a few here in my book as well of some flowers, just different simple flowers that you could do. But basically, we're just going to be working with shapes. So in this particular one, I've used a green pen, Pigma pen, and a pink one. But you can also use black, and I have used black later on. Here's a one I did with black, and again, just simple shapes, and then got right in with the pen. Here's another little one, a little bit of a stump, log, and some flowers, and jumped in with the pen. So the whole idea today is we're going to just put down a little bit of watercolor, and then we're going to go in and play with our pens and try and do something without being too concerned about our reference material, and just kind of relax and get that loose feeling. Okay, let's get going. For my last example, I'm just going to have you work with some flowers alone. And I've got permanent rose on my brush, and I just want to make some shapes, blobs, and I'm going to just do this in random, what looks interesting. I'm kind of aiming for 5, because it always looks nice, 3 or 5, odd numbers. So they're not lined up. I'm trying to make them all at different heights, and maybe we'll put one down here. And as you can see, that this is sort of the size of my flower is going to be, and that's it. That's all you get to do, is just put in a few blobs that are going to be for some flowers. And now I'm thinking of some, again, colors are light, keeping them simple. Now I'm thinking of some leaves and some branches, and maybe having them come in different interesting ways. So have this one come down here, and maybe some, and again, not fancy leaves. I'm not even really doing a whole leaf shape, just part of a shape, just to give myself an idea of what could be. And maybe some leaves over here, a little bit of a thing there. So we're not painting. We're just trying to get ourselves a base that we can do some of that loose ink work with. So let's make a leaf here, leaf out this way, and kind of join this one. Maybe give it a little bit of a leaf because it's not that big of a flower yet. And just kind of connect them. So it is connected. It does have a flow to it. I've got my flowers in a structure like that. I have some interesting shapes for leaves, and then I'm just going to leave it. Let it dry. And then once again, I'll show you a flower shape, and we can do some interesting little flowers with it. Just while you're waiting for your paint to dry, I just wanted to show you a simple little flower that I kind of like. Basically, you just start on one side, go up, a little dip, and then down the other side. And now we can go back and bring that one in to just past the middle, and then start this one up and out to the edge, so that we have almost like a mustache, I guess. And then we're going to make 3 petals. So starting here, I'll make the 1 petal, and it looks nice if it has a bit of a jagged edge. Bring it into the center, not quite. Should put a little circle there. And then I'll make another one, make it kind of jagged, bring it in. Then I have to leave room for the 3rd one. And there we go. And darken the center. Isn't that a sweet little flower? And then I can just make like that to make the stem. So while you're waiting for your paint to dry, you can try making a few flowers. Again, ragged ends are kind of nice, and this is a little bit smooth. So I could do one. So I'm making my mustache, bring it down, bring it up. So I'll just leave that there so you can see the first step. So I'm going to do that again, break it down, and this can be various shapes and sizes. And then I'm going to ruffle that edge a little bit and bring it down past the center, and then go back up and take it, ruffle that edge a little bit and down to that one. Put a little circle in the center for the centerpiece. And now starting halfway out, I'll do my first petal, take it out, bring it to the center, the second one, take it out, bring it to the center, and the third one. And you notice they can be any size. It looks nice too if you put a few lines in the center, and you've got a nice little flower happening there. So we start with our little mustache shape, and then we form the rest. Okay, so I'm going to do that here. I'm going to put in some of my flowers. And again, I'm not worried about coloring the whole edge. So here's my little mustache. It's going to go here, take it around, take it to here, ruffle it halfway, bring it to there, little center. Oh, get some petals happening here. There we are. And I can do a little center here. And we've got the stem coming down. And we've got a petal coming out, so we'll take that petal out this way. And again, I don't have to follow the edges. I can do my own thing for the petal. I can take it this way. I can have this petal here, intersect it. Give a little directional lines to this. And here's my little thing for this one. Petals can be any size we want. Take it up here and put my little flower there. Now this flower obviously is going to intersect with that, and that's okay too. I can put it behind it. So I'm going to do that mustachy thing again. Bring it out and just hide that back in there. A little bit of a ruffle. Past the middle point, take it out, hide it behind here, put in my little center. Oh, and don't forget a few of those little lines in here. They really add to that flower. And we'll just kind of put that there. And you can see already I've got some interesting things happening. Okay, this stem here is going to intersect with that. I think I'll put the flower in first as much as possible. So I might go back now and do all the flowers and then connect it. So I'll be back. Now, as you can see, I've colored in all my flowers, and it really doesn't matter that the color doesn't come to the edges. I'm outside of the lines. I have extra greens. I can leave little greens like this just floating. Actually, I kind of wish I left this one just floating because I encapsulated it with ink. I don't like it quite as much. This one here, I'm just going to leave it. And all of these little pieces that hang out, I'm just going to leave them and let them hang out. As you can see, I could go back and put in one more darker color and touch it up a little bit, or I can just leave it as it is. Doesn't matter that I kind of, here I made the stem too narrow and I tightened it up. Here I kind of fiddled around with my pen, and all of that just becomes part of the pen work that you have happening there. You get that fluency that you want. The stem here is a little thick, so I can just thin it out a little bit, bring this over here and hide it back in there. Maybe I could just take and put a little bit of a flower here and kind of get rid of some of that thick stem, because I don't like it. Yeah, so practice doing some of these little activities, just making a few marks, put a little color down, and then draw something over top of it. And don't worry about being inside the lines, and don't worry about following a reference. And you'll find that you'll become much looser and more confident in your pen work. So I look forward to seeing more of your ink work in the future. Don't hesitate to send me one of your pictures. I'd love to see what you did. And for now, we'll see you later. It's Wendy Mould at Art by Wendy Studio. Wendy teaches outdoor sketching classes in the summer, and she teaches in her studio and online throughout the year. Wendy produces original work in pencil and in watercolor. She completes commission work, particularly pet portraits, and produces cards and prints from some of her work.